Commissioner Denner.
Lead the flag, please.
I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. First item on the agenda is to approve our agenda.
Move. Second.
Motion by Feldheim, second by Denner. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. This time we'll open the meeting up for any public comment. Is there anyone here that would like to address the commission this morning? In person, online, out there on the phone? Anyone at all? All right, seeing none. Next item up is Chad Prey to discuss the riverbank at Tacoma Park. Chad, I believe, is out there. Morning, Chad.
Morning, gentlemen and ladies.
Morning. How are you?
Good, how are you all?
Doing well.
I'm calling, or attending this meeting this morning to address the situation on the riverbank, well, which would be north of our farm. Where are we at here on these maps? We're on 128, okay, we need to come back down to here. The drainage ditch, the old drainage ditch, which dumps in right here. This riverbank is eroding from the high water for about 100 yards. And it's not a matter of if, it's when it breaks. It's gonna go back north all the way up to 13 and the Marshall County line. And I'm looking for some assistance to help get that rip-wrapped and that bank built back up. I took the leisure of getting bids from Gordy Schmidt and Scott Hanlon to have it fixed, and here they are. The one proposal from Scott, now this is rip-wrap and all, was $33,000. But Gordy Schmidt recommends pulling dirt up from the north side of the bank, making our dike, and then rip-wrapping at a later date. And I don't know what your thoughts are about that, or how any of you guys feel. Because that water will go back up against them gates, and it'll take out 400. You know, and I don't know what the county's got, $500,000 into that new gate structure.
Have you talked to the James River Water Development?
I have. Mike has been down and looked at it, and we can get some assistance from them. But it needs to be spearheaded here.
So by doing that, it would protect a county road, but it's not...
Well, it'll protect the county road, it'll protect County Road 13, you know, 'cause that was, well, that's all just gonna go back north, all the way up to north of Claremont.
It would obviously protect a county road, but it's not on a county system. It's really, in my opinion, it's not the county's responsibility because it's the river and it should be under James River, but that's just my opinion. Dirk, do you want to weigh in?
Well, the James River had come into me right prior to the meeting that they had with Chad up there. I'll add, it was a cold call. Just walked into my office and said they needed $30,000. And when I argued with them about it, they said they were a good partner, and in the past they've helped us, so I should be more willing to help them. And then I dropped a bunch of F-bombs and kicked them out of my office. And Mike came back after the meeting and said he had told them that it would be, I'd probably take a different approach if the commission paid for it rather than the highway department. But I'm not gonna commit the highway guys in any fashion to go out there. The commission directs me to do something, I will, but we got enough problems, and I'm still trying to see how we're gonna get done what we were gonna get done, and asphalt and blah, blah, blah. Everybody's got a heartbreak story with the prices, but we're not looking for more stuff.
I have a question, let's go back up to the gates now. The riverbank that's been fixed going west of the gates,
Correct.
where was that approved at?
That's ours because the goal of the gates, now you have a different feeling, I'm sure, but the goal of the gates is to keep the river from flowing north.
Correct.
Okay. So if we keep, there's breaches west of the gates, it flows out to that, the field to the north, goes over to the railroad crossing. When it gets high enough, spills into the dike, or spills into our canal, and goes back north to the Putney Slough. Is that
Okay.
correct?
That's, yes, it can.
Okay.
Same thing with this water.
Yeah, but it's not gonna get there. It's gonna be contained between Road 13, the east side of the dike.
Oh, no, it'll take that dike up.
Well, then we're right back where we started anyway.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So all the money that's been stuck into that drainage ditch from the Putney Slough, if this bank, when it goes, that's gonna go back north, and it's gonna go right across 400, and it'll go right back north.
So 400, whatever, that's underwater half the time. I
I'm not
get
so
it.
much worried about 400.
I get it, and I'm not discounting the value of 400 to you guys'
Right.
operation specifically. Don't interpret that. I'm just
No.
saying, when I look at the whole county thing, and I'm like, that's not somewhere that we're gonna, like, try to save the world. But, and maybe I'm wrong, we can, if somebody wants to pay for an engineer, we can go up and see that, but if the water, what I've seen, it's not, if it takes out the berm, then we go and fix that berm over there by the gates, rather than a mile and a half away, you know?
Right, so let me ask, what did it cost
Right under the X.
to have that?
I would've had that today, and I get it to you, but Cindy had an appointment
Yeah,
this
try
morning. I was gonna have her run that and figure out what it was. I can get that to you later today, what it was, and I'll tell these guys too. He's talking about what we did on the other side over here.
So that's County 18,400,
Up here.
Yep,
the one that Wines did there?
This side where it breaches, goes up and then pours
Correct.
back in there.
Right.
you know, because this here's,
The northwest.
this here, this is all riprap along 400 here, right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's riprap up there from the tracks, going east to that little, see that little piece of pie up there? And this is the major issue we have right here, and it's not even 100 yards. And it's, I mean, it looks like a wave. It's eroded up underneath and it's overhanging. I mean, you can't even, you don't even want to step on it. It's gonna collapse. And it's just a matter of time before it goes. And when that happens, that's all gonna be jeopardized, going north. All the infrastructure we have and culverts, that the county paid for some of that 2 years ago, quite a bit of it actually. And it's just gonna be a waste. And I think, I got plenty of concrete around to get that done, but I know the county has resources to get that too.
And
But
James
go-
River wasn't interested in doing anything.
They are, but it needed to be spearheaded here. They are willing to assist in kicking in some funds to help. They're
Well,
not
I guess-
opposed to anything.
I guess that's the thing I look at, you know, the James River becomes the county's problem, which really, it's not the county's problem, it can be for our roads.
Yes.
I think they should be entitled to pay the majority of the funding on this, because we know if we started the county, you know how long the Jim Rivers to Brown County? We could spend our entire highway budget and never gain a thing.
I don't disagree with that.
So I think we need to know what their commitment level would be before we would ever be able to make a decision. 'cause-
Well, that's what the bids were about. That's why Mike and Dave wanted me to get bids. So, they will kick in some, but, you know, they also feel that there's some infrastructure that the county's involved in that needs to be protected as well.
That is true, but I guess to echo what Doug said, if we start working our way up and down the Jim River to every place there's a potential breach, that list will never end. I mean,
Well,
and I'm not discounting again, the importance, it's right by your place, and I understand that. But, I mean, the river is the James River Water
so if
Development
you can't
District.
access the gates, what are you gonna do when that breaks?
Wait for the water to go down like we do every other time.
They're just gonna let it take out 13?
I would be really shocked if it would take out 13 with the
Well,
way it's
you...
built.
Okay.
I've seen it underwater. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been underwater, we all know that.
Well, you know, there's some maintenance that can be done here, gentlemen, and I'm just looking for a little bit of help. And if the Jim River is willing to help us, I don't know why we can't get something put together.
Well, maybe what we need to do, and I will contact Dave or Mike Weiss or someone to see to what extent they're willing to participate and cost share,
Okay?
and that will help us make a decision on what we want to do or what we're able to do. And
Okay.
if we can maybe work out something where it comes out of a commission budget versus the highway budget.
Because I was
We
told that
hire
there's
one
a
of these
private
people.
fund to help with things like this, is that
A what?
true? There's somewhat of a private fund that, there's some monies involved, a slush fund? No?
No, not that anyone's ever made me aware of. You know where that is, Lynn?
Nope.
Do you know where that's at, Dirk?
They use the highway budget for their slush fund, is what they like to
Oh.
do.
Yeah.
They're short, it comes out of there.
We need money, we take it from the highway, yeah.
Well, do you want a copy of them bids?
Sure.
Is that open now, or if I were gonna drive up there and look at it?
I can get you down there.
Okay.
I can get you my number, and I can get you down there.
What's your number?
216-0943.
0943.
Yep. We'd have to jump in a Ranger and get on the tracks.
Okay.
But I haven't been moving any snow down there just because of,
I don't know for sure when we're kinda getting started with calving here, but at some point I'd like to.
okay,
see
yeah,
it.
give me a call and I can get you down there to look at it.
Yeah, I'll
Because
commu-
it's something that still could be done. Gordy feels he could still do it, you know, and I think, I don't know what's gonna happen with water this spring, but it's not looking good right now.
So Gordy felt it better to
Well, it is
reinforce the bank
sketchy.
and then
Kendall's
riprap
been on
later.
it, he's seen it, it's sketchy. And I don't feel it's safe to go down there with a side dump and start dumping riprap. I just think you're looking for an accident. We feel that we can pull the dirt off our property and Rex Sipple's property and widen that, and then come in and riprap it. Because if we don't riprap it, it's just gonna continue to erode. You know, we can make that bank as wide as we want, but in time, it's,
Okay, well, I'll reach out to James River,
okay.
see what their,
You have
what
Dave's
they-
number, I'm sure, so.
I do, yes.
All right, I'm surprised I didn't budge Mike this morning, is he on vacation?
No, he's at another meeting.
Okay. Well, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you.
You bet.
We'll
Thank you,
let you
Chad.
know what we find out.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
See ya.
Anything else you'd like to add, Dirk, at all?
Not on this topic. I
Okay.
do have, I'm not on the agenda, I realize. I do have probably 2 legal matters I'd like to go into exec for when we're done.
We will be going into exec, so yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anything else on that subject? Any questions?
Is there any other opportunity besides, the James River to contribute funds to something like that?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't believe like the Corps of Engineers would have any jurisdiction over it, but I could be wrong. Because it's a navigable water, there's a possibility, but I don't know if they would have any funds. I think Dave Bartles could probably answer that better than me. They probably work more closely with the Corps than, and maybe you know, maybe the Corps has
I
some
doubt.
jurisdiction.
Well, they'll have jurisdiction when you go to place the material, because you'll be placing in a wetland, you know?
Sure.
Or a floodway or whatever, but, you know, the township can tote this too. There's 2 things that they need. They need an entity to apply for the money.
Spearhead it, kinda?
Apply for the money.
Right.
And then they'll need a match. And I would assume that's what we're talking about here, but I never got that far because I lost my patience. And,
Snow will do that.
so
to
I
you.
think after you talk to Dave, maybe we'll have a better idea of what everything's
Sure.
going on. It was a while ago.
Oh, okay. Would you have any snow, you mean?
We might have. I know I didn't have a secretary that day, does that give me a little?
Okay.
Okay.
Enough said.
I'll contact Dave. Scott?
Wouldn't, like property insurance or homeowners insurance have some interest in that? To protect their structures they're insuring?
I can't answer that. I don't know what kind of coverage they would have, but
Everything sits up quite a bit higher though, doesn't it? There's not really anything down there as far as,
That they're not concerned about the buildings?
no.
Oh,
Their
okay.
structure, it's up there, the farm buildings are quite a bit
Right.
higher than down where the culvert is,
Okay.
probably 20 feet. Yeah.
and the water's gonna go north, it sounds like north
Yeah,
and
it would
west.
go north before it went.
So it wouldn't affect the Prairie property or homestead, so. But I'll contact Dave and let you know what I find out. I'll reach out to him. Anything else? All right. Move on to, consent calendar. Lynn?
Approval of the general meeting minutes of February 28th, 2023.
Move.
Motion by Feldheim,
Second.
second by Mike. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Claim.
Move. Second.
Motion by Dennert, second by Gage. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
HR report.
Move.
Motion by Feldheim, second by Dennert. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
And we didn't get any fair contracts this week, so we can skip that one. Travel request.
Move.
Motion by Gage,
Second.
second by Feldheim. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Authorize advertising public hearing for special event malt beverage license for the Boys and Girls Club.
Move.
Motion by Feldheim, second by Dennert. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Lease.
Move.
Motion by Dennert,
Second.
second by Gage. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Zoning ordinance, set hearing date and authorize advertising.
Move.
Motion by Gage,
Second.
second by Feldheim. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Plat.
Move.
Motion by Feldheim, second by Gage. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Landfill tonnage report for February 2023.
Move. Second.
Motion by Gage, second by Feldheim. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
January 2023 auditor's report of accounts.
Move.
Motion by Dennert,
Second.
second by Feldheim. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Any other business to come before the Brown County Commission this morning? We've had a request to go into executive session for both personnel and legal.
I got one quick thing here.
Okay.
Just wanted to send a thank you out to all the agencies that were involved. I guess here in the last week, we got a email from the Sheriff's Department. I know they had put it on Facebook and everything too, that there was recently or last week, there was a stranded vehicle, and I believe that the phone did not have the ability to GPS in, so there was a lot of different agencies that had to go out looking for this individual, and just wanted to say thank you. A couple more, the Aberdeen Flying Service, Care Flight, and Frederick Fire Department were the outside entities, and then countywide, it would have been the Brown County Sheriff, Brown County Emergency Management, Brown County Highway Department, and then the Communications 911 Dispatch, and just wanted to say thank you for all the hard work you guys do, and
Very much appreciate it. Thankfully, it had a good outcome. Everybody's
Yes.
found safe and sound, so. Takes a team when you have an issue situation like that, and we appreciate all the effort. All right, entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Move.
Motion by
Second.
Feldheim, second by Gage. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, lights back on, we're back in
Leave it that way
session. We're out of exec with no action as a result. Is there anything else that we need to discuss this morning? Go home and get ready for the next round of snow.
Move to adjourn.
Motion by Dennert, or excuse me, motion by Feldheim to adjourn, second by Dennert. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.